Welcome to Shiny New Clients, the marketing podcast that helps you attract shiny new clients to your business. We'll talk about social media, what makes people buy, how to go viral, and marketing psychology, all in 20 minutes or less. Whether you're a coach, a stylist, or a wedding planner, if you've got a service-based business to sell, this is the show you need to fill your calendar. I'm Jenna Warriner, your new marketing coach, and this is Shiny New Clients. There are 3 types of content that you need to have on Instagram in order to grow your business, in order to consistently grow, consistently get clients, all the reasons that you are on Instagram. Let's break it down. The first is growth content. This is content to get new eyeballs on you. This is usually quick. It's usually fun. It's often reels. It's like sending out a beacon into the night that says, hey, ideal client, I'm fun over here. Quick tips, things like that. Then you have nurture content. This is content that makes people fall in love with you. It's content that builds trust with your followers. It's content that shows that you're an expert, that you know what you're talking about, and that you understand the struggles that your ideal client is going through, and you have a solution, which leads us to the third thing, which is sales. This is the stuff that actually has the CTA on it, the stuff that says, okay, time to give me your credit card information. Let's do this thing. Growth, nurture, sales. In my program, Magic Marketing Machine, we break these down into like further subcategories. So you have a post going out every week that gets you closer to that goal of being a public speaker, a post that goes out every week that really speaks to your brand values so that you can attract more people who share those same brand values. But high level, those are the 3 things you need: growth, nurture, and sales. And then if you want to get fancy and create a content strategy like the professional content strategy I help my members create inside Magic Marketing Machine, we can do that. And we can make it super intense and have all the things that you need and all sorts of engagement attractors built in and whatever. Let's talk about why each of these 3 things, growth, nurture, sales, I'll say it again, are super important. If you have growth and you have sales, but you do not have nurture, then you're going to be growing and people aren't going to be ready to buy because they won't trust you yet. You won't have built up enough of a relationship with them yet. They won't trust you yet. So you're going to grow and then you're going to sell and you're not going to be selling and you'll be like, what's happening? I have a lot of people who have joined the program who have massive accounts, especially on TikTok, like someone one time who had almost 1 million followers across all of her platforms, but she wasn't making sales. And it's because she was missing something. She had growth down, but nurture and sales, I don't know. We were missing an ingredient in there. We found the missing ingredient. Boom. She makes tons of money now. Next, if you have nurture and sales, but you don't have growth, you've got nurture and sales, but you don't have growth, then you probably found you have successfully been able to make sales from your social media, whether that's Facebook or Instagram or TikTok. At the end of the day, it's the same. We're using the same strategy everywhere. I just teach Instagram to keep it simple. But if you're nurture in sales, people love you and then they buy from you and they love you and then they buy from you. And then you've probably found that you've run out of people. And you're like, why is no one opting into my webinar anymore? Why is no one buying my service anymore? You've just run out of people to sell to, so it's time to create more growth content. If you have growth and nurture, but you don't have sales, you have growth, you have nurture, but you're missing sales, you're probably posting all sorts of wonderful content, but you got some sort of mindset block that's keeping you from selling, from actually inviting people to work with you, for saying the right thing that really makes somebody jump off the ledge and leap to work with you. What a bad analogy. But you know what I mean. Make somebody actually take action, then you're not going to see sales either. You need those 3 types of content in order to get clients from Instagram and to consistently grow and consistently nurture people and have all sorts of opportunities come to you like speaking gigs and referrals and opportunities to guest on podcasts. You need all 3. So then it's about creating a content strategy that makes it easy to produce all 3 every single week, which is what I do with my clients inside of Magic Marketing Machine. If you're listening to this and you're like, Jenna, I love TikTok. Can I use all of these tips on TikTok instead of Instagram? Here's the thing. Yes, but there's a but. Because I have a system for how I do this, and I encourage you to play with this system too, because it's also worked for a lot of people inside Magic Marketing Machine. Here's the thing. TikTok has helped businesses
just catapult to success. If you have a video go viral and a product people want at a price point people want to pay, there's opportunity for TikTok to just make your business just explode overnight. But what I have found is that TikTok is best for me for growth and getting new eyeballs on me and getting seen by a whole bunch of people at once. But Instagram is much better at nurturing those people attached to those eyeballs. For instance, a big piece of my strategy is I get a lot of eyes, a lot of interest over on TikTok, and then people come over to Instagram to get to know me further. Now, over on Instagram, I can create a sales post, like a carousel that says Magic Marketing Machine, FAQ, here's everything you need to know to work with me. And the people who interact most with my content are going to see that post. Versus on TikTok, where if I made a post like that, it would probably fall pretty flat. Not a lot of people would see it, and I don't find the people who follow me even see my content. But on Instagram, I know that if someone is watching a lot of my content, or if I'm having a DM conversation with them, there is a very high likelihood that they see the posts that I put out. They don't just disappear into the ether like they often do on other platforms. Another reason that Instagram is better for conversions for me is because if someone wants to join the program, but they have a question, maybe your question is, I want to know if it's going to work for my business, or I already have a lot of followers. Will this work for me? Or I don't have any followers. Will this work for me? The answer is yes, yes, and yes, but you probably want to talk to me before you make that decision. And TikTok's messaging options are poor. They suck. I lose messages. I can't find them. You can't send links. There's always a delay for me. It's a mess. Plus, a lot of people can't message me unless I follow them back. I don't know. But on Instagram, the DMs work seamlessly. Actually, I think it was last year, Meta, Facebook, Instagram, the company as a whole, invested a lot into their messaging. It's one of the things that gives them an upper hand. So would you buy a product that you had questions about if there was no customer service available to ask the questions, no online forums where you could ask the questions? I mean, you're much less likely to. Versus sliding into my DMs, which you're welcome to do, by the way, and talking to me and asking your questions, and we can even voice memo and have a conversation in there. So it's way better for making conversions happen because I can have actual relationships with you, with the people who follow me. We can actually talk. Speaking of having relationships with you, shout out to my new friend, Angelica, who I just met up for coffee with and told me that she listens to this podcast every single week. Hi, Angelica. Is this weird? Are you blushing? And by the way, if you're a person who listens to this show every week, hey, thank you. Tell me about it or share that to your stories, and maybe I'll give you an awkward shout out as well. Wouldn't that be fun? You could show it to your mom. It'd be a good time. Here's another reason I love Instagram and how you can integrate this growth, nurture, sales strategy that I teach with Instagram. So one of the things that is going to make people work with you is giving them a deadline, because it gives people a reason to make a decision. Maybe you're sitting there and you're like, yeah, I've been thinking about joining Magic Marketing Machine, but I don't know. I don't know when the time will be right. Well, the time will never be right because time doesn't exist. So I need to give you a reason to join it, like by saying, if you join now and you start growing and implementing these systems now, by the time you're setting your January New Year's resolutions, you are going to have a plan in place and an actual audience to sell to, right? Because of timelines. So whatever reason it is, maybe it's a promotion, maybe it's a bonus, it's a sale. Think of any reason that makes you go into a store you wouldn't normally go to. So maybe you got a discount code on your phone that makes you decide, okay, it's time to make a decision. Okay, so stay with me here. On Instagram, you can do a big old sales blitz. You can do a big push every now and then. Like in the growth, nurture, sales strategy, you're putting sales content out all the time. Maybe that means you're trying to get people to sign up for your freebie or get on your email list every week. Or maybe that means you have a post every week that's selling your service. But what's really going to make people jump to work with you is for them to have a reason to do it, which is often a deadline. And there's a million ways to approach that deadline. And on Instagram, if surrounding that deadline, you do a big ol' sales blitz with a whole bunch of posts about it, you can bring up the energy. You can show up in your stories. You can be energetic about it. You can build enthusiasm. You can be excited about it. You can answer questions in real time. And TikTok just doesn't facilitate a push like that, in my experience, because of how their algorithm works. It's way better for meeting new people and having your content get out to strangers. But when it's time to actually sell something, for me, Instagram is far superior. Like, for instance, we just had 13 people join or rejoin Magic Marketing Machine last Friday, and I held an event and then people joined during the event. And I promoted that event through my email list and through Instagram, like heavily through Instagram. I might have mentioned it on TikTok once or twice. It's just not a place that I typically promote stuff like that because I'm way more likely to get conversions through Instagram. Also, there's a free training linked in the show notes called How to Get Clients from Instagram Without Wasting Hours Glued to Your Phone. And that training goes over the whole strategy that you're going to use inside Magic Marketing Machine, spells it all out for you and gives you an opportunity to join the program. So if you're like, oh, I want to know more about this strategy that Jenna is talking about, that's a whole beautiful big free training where you can learn everything about it. There's two types of business owners on social media. You have creators. This is people who create a ton of content and they get a ton of interaction from them. But like that person with 1 million followers that I told you about earlier, you're just not selling, or you're not selling as much as you want to sell. And then you have a consumer. This is a person who is creating content but doesn't have the followers that they want and isn't making the sales. So whether you consider yourself more of a creator or more of a consumer, what do you have in common? You're both trying to get more clients out of the content that you post, and that requires a strategy. And you're both probably trying to create content faster and manage your account faster and have systems and make staying consistent online easier and spend less time with your phone in your hand and do more stuff on your desktop and look better and look more legit and know what it takes to convert your followers. And listen, all of that is stuff we work on inside Magic Marketing Machine. I want to show you the way. I want to show you how I do it. I want to spell it out for you. The program is full of step-by-step lessons. I'm going to share my screen and show you how I schedule my content and how I manage my hashtags in one click. I want to tell you everything and then work with you weekly in weekly Wednesday group calls so that you have a forum where you can ask all of your questions, whether it's a big, juicy marketing question about your positioning and your ideal client, or it's a question about how to create better copy and write in a way that makes people convert. Or it's like, how do I add captions to my Instagram story? Whatever roadblocks are keeping you from selling and keeping you from creating content quickly, we want to solve those roadblocks. So there's ample opportunity to ask your questions and get the support you need. We even have a private Facebook group of all of our members and alumni, so you can ask questions in there, get extra coaching. We do bonus trainings in there. So if you join now and then there's like a big algorithm change and everybody's all scared about it, you'll be in the Facebook group forever because you never leave that Facebook group. And then I'll go in and do a bonus training and share that with everybody. And Magic Marketing Machine is open for enrollment right now. You can join. I would love to work with you. If you're enjoying this podcast, just wait until you get inside the program and I lay it all out for you. So instead of one big whirlwind of information being thrown at you, it's like laid out step by step. It's much easier to take action that way. Okay, I'm going to give you one more thing and then you can go take action, join the program, watch the training, whatever your next action step is. When I realized how much TikTok was helping me grow and sell over on Instagram, I actually added a lesson inside Magic Marketing Machine that includes a big list of ways you can use other platforms to contribute to your Instagram marketing strategy. Like one time I heard Gary Vee say, just put in your email signature a link to your primary social media platform. So I think he was talking about LinkedIn at the time, but like just putting in your email signature, friend me on LinkedIn or, connect with me on LinkedIn. And so you can just put in your email signature. If Instagram's your primary platform, tap here for tips to groom your dog faster by following me on Instagram. Or I don't know, whatever. Give them a reason to follow you or just give them your handle. And that's one way to get that handle in front of more people all the time. What's another way? Sometimes when I go to live networking events, when they give you a name tag, I write Jenna and then I write my handle at Jenna's page underneath my name. And then I always see people go back and grab a marker and do the same. Like I always start this trend and then I see people doing it. Just anywhere that you can add your handle because you want to channel people over to your primary platform. Okay, that was a big, juicy one, but I'm trying to keep these short because I know you like these short. Don't forget to check out that free training linked in the show notes, how to get clients from Instagram without wasting hours glued to your phone. I'll see you on the internet. Bye.